So usually I do a tweet thread after, well, I try to. I don't always do it. Do a tweet thread after a Sandersize video, just like with all the parts that I liked the best, and like tagging the different members of the team and like telling them my favorite part that they did or whatever. And I just feel like I have so many thoughts for this video that I just need to do a video reaction instead. So that's what this is. I also have not ever filmed a reaction video before. I know usually like people watch the video and then react to it at the same time, but I just took notes and so I have my notes and I'm just gonna go through them. I don't know what I'm doing, it's fine. First off, I'm gonna say this a lot in this video probably, but it's just so dang evident how hard you all worked on this video. Joan, Thomas, Quill, Audrey, everyone else, Camden, David, Talon, Jamal, Fody, like everyone, you all just worked so hard to get this video put together, and it's just, it's so good. It paid off really well. I know Joan did a lot of the writing, and man, I'm just always so impressed with their writing. I am a writer, and in a lot of ways, like, there's so much that they do that I really want to, like, I aspire to be like that. Like, I just think, Joan, I think your writing is super clever. It's super subtle in some ways. Like, I feel like the way you, how do I say this? Like, I feel like the way you start introducing themes and characterization and stuff like that is really well integrated into the humor, and so it doesn't feel forced, which is something that's really hard for me to do. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, and it's also really funny. I wrote down some of the lines that just made me laugh. I've watched it 2.5 times, and these are the lines, some of the lines that made me laugh every time. I love the line where Thomas just like sleepily goes, am I delirious, or is this the funniest video I've ever made? Because I feel that when I've stayed up late. Thomas, the way you delivered that line was so funny. I also liked the sushi line. That was great. I just have an appreciation for puns, so it was very good. The time, I want to know if this is improvised. I don't know if you like said that anywhere. I haven't seen it. If the line where Logan's like, what are you talking about? If that was like improvised, like, or if that was part of the script, because it was really funny. But it seems like the kind of thing that just like accidentally happens, not the kind of thing you write into a script, but I don't know. And then I also liked when the Duke just kept going, poopy, poopy, because I have the sense of humor of a 5-year-old. Yes. And then I wanted, those are some of my favorite funny parts. I think I also wanted to talk about how well you guys took such a serious topic and made a video about it. Like, it's just so cool. Like, it's a very entertaining and funny video, but I don't think the way that you made it funny and entertaining took away from like the subject matter and how scary it can be to have intrusive thoughts. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you've heard this from a bunch of watchers, but like, I used to think I was crazy when I had those kinds of thoughts, and luckily I'm pretty good at just like being like, no, let's not jump out of a moving car, that's a bad idea, and just moving on, or whatever the thought happens to be. But it's still still happens, obviously, especially when I'm stressed. I have a couple that are pretty violent that when I'm stressed are just like there, and I'm like, welcome back. I did not miss you. So yeah, I really personally appreciated this video. I did cry. Actually, I didn't full on cry, I just kind of teared up because I was like, oh, this is so good. Especially Logan was so comforting. Oh, I also wanted to address this video and the Kenline V Good video. This is part of the reason, like, this is just about all of your videos in general, I guess. But those two in particular have made me realize, I think, why your content is like so meaningful to me, because I don't think I've encountered anything else on YouTube that has helped me make sense of things I experience and stuff like that as much as those two videos. I mean, I feel like there are a couple other ones, but there's really not any other like long running series of things on YouTube like that. And I spend a lot of time on YouTube. So fun fact, I was gonna say, I actually, in my counseling notebook, have things about your videos in them because they help me. And I was looking for the Kenline Be Good notes I made, and I found the why do we get out of bed in the morning one. Like, I didn't even remember that I wrote about that in this journal, but I did. So like I said, you guys impact me, and I'm sure a lot of your audience in really cool ways. And I found the entry I wrote about the Kenline Be Good video, and I just think it's really cool that this funny, entertaining show on YouTube was able to help me like start working through my own issues of wondering, like, how am I lying to myself? How am I, in what ways am I living that's not honest, like as honest as I want to be? And like, I even like made a whole list right here, and a lot of it is like, yeah, I definitely like should be more honest about these things with myself so that I can improve, because a lot of it's like, oh, I'm not that bad at this thing, and like getting out of bed in the morning or like not spending a lot of time on my phone or something like that. It's like, I don't need to beat myself up over that, but I also should be honest with myself about how bad it is. It's like the first step in Alcoholics Anonymous. So I just thought that was cool that video helps me with that, and I feel like this new video is very similar to me. It like helped me put into place a lot of the thoughts and strategies that I've had with intrusive thoughts. Like, I personally had already kind of found a way to just be like, okay, I don't need to think about this. Like, it's gonna happen, but I don't need to freak out, is what I was trying to say. But it was still hard to sometimes not feel like, oh, I am a bad person for this thing happening in my brain. And this video is just very helpful in giving me some new strategies, hopefully, and also being like, no, you're not. Lots of people have intrusive thoughts. It's normal. It's fine. Yeah, that point took a lot longer than I meant it to. One thing one of my friends said, and I totally agree with, is that the Duke is so well written in how he like captures intrusive thoughts, because he's both like ridiculous and like, when you think about him, like, that's ridiculous, but he's also like scary and paralyzing, and it's like, that's kind of what it is to have intrusive thoughts, it's like they scare you, but then also if you think about them rationally, it's like that's so ridiculous. Like, no, that's dumb. Stop it. I've been thinking about just writing out scripts for my own Sandersides. I probably won't ever make. They're just gonna be like little writing exercises as fan fiction as a writing exercise, which I like to do sometimes. But like where it's my sides. And so I actually thought of that idea like a year and a half ago or something like that. And I created a side. I didn't have really a name for her or like even like a concise way of describing who she was, but she's very similar to the Duke, which I find fascinating because at that point the only new side that had been revealed was Deceit, obviously. But yeah, so I just find it really interesting that like my first, like before the Duke was even there, I was like, oh, I'll make this other side that's kind of like that. And yeah, I just thought it was interesting. I talked to one of my friends too, and she was like, I did that too. So apparently we predicted Remus, I think. But I think also it's just the fact that, like, again, this is an uncommon thing to happen, so like, of course some people would make sides based off of it. I just thought that was cool. Oh, also, Thomas, I loved the voice you did for the Duke. Again, this is related to what I said earlier. This video is all over the place. I have notes, but I'm not following them in the order I put them in, so it's like, whatever. Anyway, the way you voiced the Duke, again, fits really well with how paralyzed, like how intrusive thoughts feel. Like, it's like exaggerated, but it's like kind of like a cartoony villain, but like it's just the way he sounds fits so well. I don't know enough words about how voices are to accurately say what I'm trying to say, but yeah, that's what I meant. Another thing, again, this is for the writers, so for Joan, Quill, Audrey, and Thomas, I really appreciate, also I think I specifically addressed Joan earlier, but like I appreciate all of you. Like, I know Thomas said Joan did all of the first draft and a lot of the work for this video, but I know a lot, like, I'm sure all four of you and everyone, like, you did a lot of work on the writing too, so I didn't mean to like exclude you. I know you did a lot of work on the writing and that this is as much your project. Anyway, for the writers on the team, I really liked, I really have enjoyed so far, like, how you're sort of subtly building in, hinting in of like future episodes and stuff. Like when Virgil and Patton reacted to the word paranoid, and that's obviously something that's gonna be brought up again. Or like when the Duke looks over at Virgil and when he tells his name, he's like, I'm Remus and I would never hide anything from you, and Virgil's like, or like the fact that Virgil only says the others, even though basically everyone else has used Roman's dark sides terminology. Like, all of that is just, it's like not super obvious, but it's, one, it's fun because it's theory fodder, and two, it's just, I really like how you're building, like, it's just, you're like stringing us along and building in suspense, because I feel like that's something, I don't know, when I rewatch the first Sandersides videos, there wasn't a lot of that, and now it's like, you can tell that there's a lot more going on, and that this is like a story going somewhere. Also, I'm really excited for where you're gonna take this. Like, I'm so excited. I am ready to wait for however long. I'm just so excited. And then one other thing I want to say is I thought it was really cool how you tied Thomas's faith into the video. I thought that was, I'm also a Christian, not Catholic though. But I just thought that was really, really neat. The way Logan reasoned it out in relation to Thomas's faith was not something I had really thought of before, and I was like, oh, that makes sense. And I just thought that was cool. For costuming and makeup, you guys did such a good, you all did such a good job. Joan, Quill, Audrey, David, Talon, like, all of you, the costumes were so cool. Especially, I don't know who of you specifically did the Duke's costume, or like if you all worked on it, but it was really cool. I really did appreciate that you like took the inverse of Roman's outfit. Like, that's just neat. It's a good idea. Good job. I appreciated all the makeup as usual. One thing my sister mentioned in terms of makeup was she thought that you did really well, like making Thomas look tired, which I hope that wasn't real. I hope that was just makeup. If it was real good. Better sleep. Editing, I know editing, I feel like, is not something that gets appreciated as much, but like, I have made some videos before. They're not very good videos, but I made them, and so that means I know how much work it is to edit something, and I know that I was only doing like the bare minimum of work, because this was like for school projects that I didn't really want to be doing, so I was just doing like exactly what I had to and nothing more. And so there was like no sophistication in the editing, very little, like I barely knew what I was doing. I had to Google everything, which I know people who do sophisticated stuff still do, but like I was Googling like everything. So, and I know it takes such a long time. Like, even to get a crappy video from me, it took so long. And so I just wanted to say to everyone who was working on editing, so I saw in the credits, Joan and Camden and Thomas, like, you all did such a great job. I know, I can tell you worked so hard on it. And it looks really good. I liked, also Audrey, I saw that the storyboarding you did and for the Duke song, and like, that's super cool. I really like it. It's really obvious that you worked hard on this. Oh, I also wanted to mention the Duke's thing. So, Jamal, Fody, Joan, I am constantly blown away by how musically gifted you all are. Like, Joan, whenever you write a song for one of Thomas's videos, I'm just like, holy heck. Oh my gosh. You're so, Joan, you're so talented. And then it was really good. And it encapsulated the Duke very well. And yeah, I don't really have a lot to say about it. I just want to say that I really liked it. And that it was, for what I was trying to do, it fit very well. I don't even know, like, I keep wanting to say more about, like, I just want to keep saying, like, you guys work so hard, like, Quill and Audrey and all the other behind the scenes people. You all worked so hard to make this a reality, and it's so cool and it's so good. You guys did so good. I don't feel like there's any other content on YouTube that's like as smart as this, as well written, as well edited, as like, I don't know, maybe, I guess I've, in like, I don't know, I don't think I've seen anything that's as funny, educational, well written, compelling, like all of that stuff together as this series. I just think it's so, you all do so good. Yes, I know words. Oh, and then I also wanted to mention, I saw in the description that you linked to some fan artists, and that was just like, that you said, oh, this is like helped give inspiration a little bit, and oh, that's so sweet and so good. Oh, and also, Aaron did the art. You did good. All the artists, you did good. And I hadn't actually seen the videos that you linked to that were the fan artists, and so I watched those. They're very, very cool. Makes me wish that I could draw. And then also, I just wanted to say thank you to all the people who were like extras and not, well, yeah, I just wanted to say thank you to all the people who were like, who appeared in the video, like Terrence and Valerie, Rafaela, AJ, Octavia, Gavin, love Gavin, who helped to do those, like, some of them I didn't even spot the first time I watched it, but like, the way you guys helped make the video completely fleshed out is important. So cool. I don't know. I don't know if I have anything else to say. I went through all of my notes. So I just wanted to say, yeah, you guys, you did good. Yeah, I just really appreciate how hard you all work to make such good content, and I want to tell you that so good. I love it. I really mean it when I think there's not really anything else on YouTube that this is, like, that is as quality as what you all do. So, yeah, you all are amazing. And Thomas, and I'm sure a bunch of the rest of you, sleep. Like, I appreciate it. We all appreciate it when you work hard on a video, but you cannot just not sleep because you're editing. That's not okay, buddy. I will fight you. So, yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say, but you're all really cool, and I like the video a lot, and bye.